All right, welcome back. Today we are going on a journey into one of the most powerful, most cinematic stories ever told. We're not just going to read through Genesis chapter 7. No way. We are going to live it. We're going to feel the tension, the awe, and the sheer epic scale of the Great Flood. So buckle up. I mean, really think about that for a second. What if you were told that in 1 week, just 7 days, everything you've ever known is about to be washed away? The clock is ticking, and literally the future of the entire world is on your shoulders. Well, that's exactly where we find Noah.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Imagine you're there. The world has been warned, sure, but everyone's just going about their day. But you can feel it. Something's different. The sky has this weird kind of bruised purple color. The air is so thick and heavy you can almost taste it. And it's quiet, eerily quiet. You know that silence right before a massive thunderstorm hits? It's like that, but for the whole planet. This isn't just another day. It's the last day of the old world.
And there it is, God's final instruction to Noah. This isn't a suggestion, it's not a maybe, it's a promise. The absolute last warning before everything changes forever. Everything, I mean everything, now depends on what Noah does in these next few days.
So, the instructions sound pretty simple on the surface, right? 4 steps. 1, get your family. Just 8 people who will carry the future of humanity. 2, get the animals, an entire living library of every creature on Earth. 3, everybody into the ark. And 4, well, maybe this was the hardest part of all. Just wait. It's going to take an unbelievable amount of trust to see this through.
Okay, so you might see this part about clean and unclean animals and get a little confused. It's not about being muddy or taking a bath. In the ancient world, clean was just a word for animals that were okay to use for special religious purposes, like offerings, and also for food. So God's plan was actually brilliant. He had Noah bring 7 pairs of those so there'd be plenty to get started again, for worship, for food, the whole shebang. And for all the others, 1 pair was enough. It was a perfect plan to restart the entire planet.
Can you just picture it? The very last animal has walked up that long ramp. Noah, his wife, his sons, their wives, they're all inside. The air is thick with the sounds and smells of a global zoo. They've done it. They've followed every single instruction. The tension must be through the roof. Now what?
Oh man, can you imagine what that week was like inside the ark? For 7 days, a whole week, nothing happens. The sun comes up, the sun goes down. Outside, people are probably pointing, laughing at this giant boat sitting on dry land. Look at that crazy Noah. Inside, the family just waits. Every single quiet hour is a test. They just have to trust the plan, even when it looks like nothing is happening at all.
And then we get this line. Wow, this is one of the most powerful sentences in the entire story. See, it wasn't Noah who closed that massive door. God did it. Imagine the sound, not a little wooden latch, but this huge, final, divine thump as a lock clicks into place. It's a sound that separates 2 worlds, the world outside and the brand new world inside. So that one sound, that one action, it means 2 completely different things at the same time. For everyone outside the ark, it was the end, the point of no return. But for Noah and his family, it was the ultimate act of protection. It was God sealing them in, keeping them safe from the storm he knew was coming. It was both an act of judgment and an act of incredible love. And then it happens. A single fat drop of rain hits the dry, dusty ground. Plank. Then another, and soon it's not just rain, it's a torrent, a wall of water crashing down from the sky like nothing anyone had ever seen or could ever even imagine. The countdown is over, the storm is here.
You know, the Bible uses this beautiful, almost poetic language to describe what happened. It says the fountains of the great deep burst forth and the windows of heaven were opened. So what does that mean? It means this wasn't just a rainstorm. Water was exploding up from under the ground, from oceans and springs, at the exact same time it was pouring down from the sky. Think of it like the world's bathtub overflowing while the shower is on full blast. It was water from everywhere, all at once.
For 40 straight days and 40 nights, it never stopped. The sound must have been absolutely deafening, just a constant, relentless roar of water. And inside the ark, they would have heard the giant wooden beams groaning and creaking. And then, this new feeling, a little lurch, a gentle rock. The ark was lifting. It was floating. This really helps you see just how fast and powerful this was. First, the ark just lifts off the ground. Okay, but the water keeps coming. Soon, the hills are completely covered. And it still doesn't stop. The water rises higher and higher until even the tallest mountains just disappear under the waves.
The scale is it's almost impossible to wrap your head around.
So after 40 days, the rain finally stops, and there's silence. But the world is completely changed. Imagine Noah looking out of the ark's single window, and all he sees in every direction, as far as his eyes can see, is water. An endless, gray ocean under a gray sky. The world he grew up in is just gone.
Now, this is the most serious and saddest part of the story. The text is very, very clear. Every living thing on the land, every person, every animal, every bird not in the ark was gone. The world that was once so full of noise and life was now completely silent. It's a really heavy moment, for sure.
And the water didn't just drain away. For 150 days, that's 5 months, the water covered the earth. For 5 months, the ark just drifted on this huge, silent ocean. That is an incredibly long time to be floating, just waiting for the world to be ready for a fresh start.
So think about it. The entire future of life on Earth, it all came down to this one family and all the animals floating in this one boat. It's a story of destruction, yes, but it's also this incredible story of preservation and hope, all focused on this tiny group of survivors.
Whew. Okay, so we have traveled through this massive, epic story. But what does it all mean for us right here, right now? How can we take the lessons from this incredible journey and, build something stronger inside of ourselves?
I love thinking about it this way. The story itself is like an ark. It's not made of wood, but it's carried these amazing ancient lessons safely across thousands of years, right to us. So what's inside? What are the character traits, the inner qualities, or what are sometimes called midat, that Noah's journey can teach us?
Well, there are 3 huge ones that just jump right out. First, trust. I mean, come on. Noah had to trust the plan that probably sounded absolutely crazy to everyone else. Second, obedience. He didn't just kind of do what he was told, he followed every single instruction perfectly. And third, oh my gosh, patience. Waiting through that silent week, the 40 days of rain and 150 days of floating, that's a level of patience that is truly incredible.
And that brings us to our favorite part, the Midat Challenge. This is where we stop just talking about the story and we start living it. This week, we're going to focus on that first one. We're going to build our own personal ark of trust.
So here's the challenge. It sounds simple, but it's not always easy. This week, when you feel worried or you're not sure why you have to do something, I want you to practice trust. Find one task, just one, that a parent or a teacher gives you. Maybe it's homework or a chore or helping out, and your challenge is to do it completely, without questioning or complaining, just trusting that they have a good reason for asking you to do it. It's a small step to building that huge character trait of trust.
Thank you so much for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We love exploring these stories on all their different levels with you. We truly hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week.
If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please do us a favor and like, subscribe, and share this with someone who'd love it. And let us know in the comments which part of this journey really touched your soul. We read every one. We'll see you in the next chapter.